Hey everybody, and welcome to our Knowledge Shared series. I love this series. It's where I get to bring in people that I work with on a regular basis that I've seen that are technical experts, or bringing people together to share knowledge. And that is what I have for you today. Sarah and Alex, thank you for being here. We are going to have such a good time in Houston for Valve World Americas. And Sarah, I'm going to let you start today by introducing yourself and get us kicked off.
Hi, I'm Sarah Bradley. I am the conference coordinator for Valve World America's conference and Expo. And I've been with the company for almost 12 years now. So this is my, I don't know, fifth or sixth Valve World Americas. So yeah, that's me.
Also, editor-in-chief.
Oh, yes. Valve World America's Journal. Yes, good call. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important. Very, very exciting. Alex, go ahead and introduce yourself as well.
Hi there. Thank you for organizing this chat. My name is Alexander Duerig. I work for Messe Düsseldorf, North America, based in Chicago. I'm a project manager, and I have done Valve World also since 2011, since the first edition.
Well, I'll have to look back now and see how many Valve Worlds I've been to, but I know I've got a little, plaque or something around here that says I've been to a lot of them, and I absolutely love it. I have been to Valve World Dusseldorf as well and saw the vastness of that. But this is in Houston. I'm really excited because we're back, right? We are back where people are able to travel. And so I'd like you to tell me a little bit, Alex, tell me, what is it going to be like this year, in Houston?
Yes, as you mentioned, 2021 was the last edition of Valve World Americas, and at that time the travel ban was still in place. Our international community couldn't join exhibitors nor visitors, and now since the travel ban is lifted or no longer in place, we are going to be back to pre-pandemic level, like basically 2019 numbers. We have more than 250 exhibitors from around the world. They come from India, China, even from Japan and New Zealand. And also at the same time, the visitor numbers are very promising. We have visitors registered from 48 countries, and they come basically from all around the world. So we are really pumped and excited.
Well, I wanted to open with that because I think we need to tell people about this exciting event. And so what if they don't know who Valve World is, right? Like, Sarah, will you give them a little background and tell them what we can expect from showing up to this great event?
So the event is going to be held on June 7th and 8th at the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston, Texas. The event has an expo with a wide array of valve-related companies exhibiting and showcasing the latest in flow control technology. And there's also a conference component, which is world-renowned for having the top experts in the valve industry share insights and discuss those important topics impacting the flow control industry this year. So
that's right.
Pretty much what it is in a nutshell. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's wonderful to bring all these people together. Right. And, I love getting to talk to the steering committee members and really find out, how they interact with each other makes a difference on the valve industry. So bringing them together, and yes, we're going to have some sessions. Yes, we're going to have an expo. Let's go into that a little bit more on what type of content you're going to have.
Sure. So the conference is curated by a steering committee, which consists of subject matter experts from exhibiting companies such as our sponsors, which are MRC Global, Bonnie Forge, Bray, Crane, Quadax, SLB, and Velan, and Valve end users representing operators and engineering companies such as Dow Chemical, Shell, Aramco, Enbridge, Worley, BP, and several other companies. And so we all bring them together in a group and kind of go over what are the hot topics impacting the industry today. We also have our chairman who will put a lot of input in to help us kind of curate the content and decide what's important to the flow control industry. So this year, our chairman is Trace Scribner from ExxonMobil, and he is the principal engineer for valves and piping. And our vice chair is Dan Devine, who's an engineer for Cortev Agriscience through Midland Engineering. And they're both veteran SMEs in the industry, and so they provided a ton of input. They've helped us create the conference this year. So I can go into a little bit more about the content if you'd like. So basically this year we kick off both days with the keynote sessions, and usually our chairman speak, and we also have upper management, some of the biggest distributors and manufacturing companies that talk about the hottest topics in the industry. And then the first day this year is going to be centered around panel discussions. So we have a panel on IOGP updates. So the goal of the IOGP is to harmonize and standardize end user requirements and design standards. And it's been a fairly kind of controversial topic in the industry, especially with valves. So we were introduced to a panel at the last event, and it was kind of great to see representatives from all across the industry sort of debating their stance on it. So having a group of people get back together to talk about that this year, we're really excited about.
I'm grinning because I just love when engineers get together and debate and everybody has a different opinion, which I love.
It's awesome. I mean, it's so funny because you don't realize that something's gonna be like a polarizing topic until you actually witness it, and people are very, very they have very opinionated about IOGP especially. So I think that's gonna be a really great panel. We also have a panel on valve design and specification, where speakers will talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of API, ISO, ASME, MSS, and other end user specs and things like that. We have another panel on supply chain and procurement, as well as AML optimization. And so the panel will include speakers from several companies like ConocoPhillips, MRC Global, BP, Chevron, LyondellBasell. So it's a big group, a mix of companies from like all aspects. I'm
just impressed, Sarah, with all of those acronyms that you rolled off there. Those were really great. And so if you're in the industry, you know, like there's so many of those, and you name the ones that are important to your industry, which is wonderful.
And of course, the program is also online. So, you know, if you haven't bought the ticket yet, or you decide if you want to join the conference, you can, of course, go on the website and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll put all of that, I want to say in the show notes because of the podcast that I do, but we'll definitely link to that because we hope everybody will come and join us. Sarah, do you have some additional content pieces that you wanted to cover?
Sure. For day 2, it's going to be mostly workshop based. So it'll be more presentation based, but it'll be topics such as valve safety, control valves, industry trends, hydrogen valves, emerging technologies, things like that. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. So, I mean, but yeah, there's, as Alex mentioned, you can check on the website for more details, or if you want to reach out to me, I can also supply you with more information as well.
Alex, do you have a couple of extras I heard that you may have, that you want to tell us about?
Right. So the Expo and the conference, they take place at the same time, both at the convention center in Houston. And so both on June 7 and 8, right? And the Expo portion is free of charge. Everybody is allowed to get their ticket and visit the Expo floor. And within the Expo, we have also some special areas. We call them like the job fair, for example, where companies can meet candidates, young professionals, get in touch with companies in the industry. But we also have educational content within the Expo, for example, the Net Zero Forum. And, I believe you are also involved with that, right, Charli?
Yes, I'm really excited about that. I met Naomi just a couple of months ago, and she's going to have that discussion. And then we're going to have a panel with her and Stephanie Hadachek, who is also one of the Empowering Women in Industry Steering Committee members. So we're going to have a panel, me and them, and talk about women in the workforce. And so I'm excited about that because, first of all, there are already women in this workforce doing amazing things, and Naomi Jabari is one of them. So really excited to hear what she has to say, and then bring them into the panel. Also, we're going to have a networking hour after that, right? So we're going to connect with people. We're going to be open for questions, right? And so if you want to engage with people in the industry, in the valve industry and beyond, then I would say, come and see the Expo. We're going to be there. So that's June the 7th. That's the day that we'll be there from 3 to 5. But I'll be there the whole time. So looking forward to meeting everybody. But is there anything else that we kind of need to let our audience know?
Or we also have a fun area, which is called the NASCAR Experience.
Oh,
and Sarah, you are also probably a bit better involved in the planning for this fun area. Do you have some more insight?
Yeah, we're going to have teams of end users that are going to compete and over the 2 days, and the winning team will get to actually choose to have a donation made to the charity of their choice. So that's something that we're really excited about. We're also doing a Valve TV, kind of where we're live streaming from the Expo floor as well, which will be really interesting. We're kind of setting up panels and bringing together end users and operators and people from engineering firms with different manufacturers to discuss the hottest topics that are happening in the industry today. And so that'll be like the supply chain and sort of issues with manufacturing and anything that workforce challenges that people have faced since COVID. And I think it'll be a really interesting way to get people involved on the Expo floor as well. And also, before I forget, we have the day prior to the event, we also have some supplemental courses as well. So we have our industrial valves basic course, which is kind of an introductory overview and kind of covers types of valves and how they work. Then we have the next step, which is the industrial valves masterclass, which goes over more application-based stuff and is more in depth. And we also have a fugitive emissions course that we offer as well. So that's the day prior to the event. So people are welcome to sign up for those courses and then come and expand on their learning at the actual Expo and conference the next day as well.
So plan that week to be in Houston. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of knowledge shared, which is what the name of this is, which is really fun. And so I'm excited to be there to see you, of course. And then I would absolutely love for you to tell us a little bit about the magazine, because I know how that works. And you send out content all the time to get people the information they need. And then we come to an event and enjoy meeting each other and you know, that in-person learning. So if you'll just tell us a little bit more about your magazine, Sarah.
Yeah, so the magazine's been around since 2011 as well, and there's 10 issues a year. And I mean, they kind of supplement each other. We find that a lot of the information that we find are hot topics at the conference, we'll end up bringing into the magazine and vice versa. And so we basically have a lot of different kinds of variety of articles in it. So we'll have technical articles and very like high-end, highbrow, kind of high-level stuff, and we'll have interviews with people and end user interviews to kind of find out how end users are being impacted by different types of issues that they are facing in the industry and stuff. So yeah, we're always looking for new contributors as well. So if you have anyone that wants to contribute to the magazine, we're always looking for new content and things like that.
I felt like you just pulled that out of my brain just then. I was thinking about that. Like, if you are in Houston and you're at the show, absolutely find one of the team members there and let them know what your expertise is, because we all are meeting new people while we're there, and we want to continue to know the subject matter experts that are out there in this industry to continue to share this knowledge. So I want to thank you both for being here. It's just wonderful to see the growth of the industry, both in events and, you know, the publications as well. So thanks again for your time, and I look forward to seeing the success coming up.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hope to see you in Houston, everyone.